my new aspiration and glory, then she who survives me snares.
I started thinking, well, maybe I can make it like a jazz suite of them, and then I realized that what I was writing wasn't jazz. It was, I can't even describe what you'd call it.
Did you ever hear of Editor Whedon?
The Shore Family Firehouse Stage has always supported new work. When we opened the Firehouse Stage in 2007, we started doing staged readings at that time in our space, and we have continued to do that every other year or so. We do present professional artists, and we happen to have some local professional artists, and Douglas Beardsley is one of them.
Well, I just bought the book one day. I think I was, like a bus station, waiting for the bus, and I just found a paper book that looked interesting, and I started reading it then and got really carried away.
I closed my eyes and felt their spirits vibrating.
I started to think of music and putting it to music as soon as I started reading it, poem by poem, and I'd study the poem and I'd read it over and over again. The music came to me from the poem.
When their garments clung to them or fell from them in exquisite draperies.
I feel like the subject matter really required some
a different musical language, yeah,
yes.
Definitely.
And he comes from that jazz background. Mm-hmm. Did you notice how that influenced the music?
The way he writes very texturally aware, so it's often whenever they introduce the themes of like death or dying or something like that, it goes into more like this kind of area instead of regular chords
so
like that.
Kind of inverts.
He kind of adds notes to make it a little crunchier, I guess, a little more tension in the sound.
By a cap shot under the skin of my hand, and the boys all crowding around me, saying, "You'll die of lockjaw, Charlie Shore. Oh dear, oh dear, what chum of mine could have done it?"
They're very difficult to sing, and I'm really amazed that they can actually be sung, and a lot of the harmonies are very rich and different. It's just a different sound.
Having the ability to have a new creation given to the public for the first time is very exciting for us, and we feel that nurturing new work is incredibly important for the field, not just our community. And when we can't invite the community in, then we have to invite the artists in and send the work out to the community in a new way.
19 singers and 48 songs. It's been a big, massive undertaking.
Yes.
This was intended to be a concert. It was intended to be a live production. And obviously we had to switch gears, and we weren't sure whether we should continue or not. So once we landed on this idea of filming it, we realized that because the songs were written all for soloists, that we could assign 3 songs per singer, and we could record them all back to back and then edit it together as a concert.
Glory sweep not, I am not here under this pine tree.
Write what you feel. That's my advice to anybody that wants to write music. Just write, be honest with yourself, and just write it.
From Brindle's Opera House in the village to Broadway is a great step, but I try